Why do you care so much about people who don't even care about themselves? Look at us. Look at how we live. We are the most connected generation in the history of the human species. We have the world's knowledge in our pockets. We have comfort. We have safety. Yet we are the most fragile. We are the most anxious. We let a vibration in our pocket dictate our entire mood for the day. We let a comment from a stranger across the world ruin our peace. We let the silence of a text message convince us that we are worthless. We have built a prison out of other people's opinions. We have handed the keys to our happiness over to a chaotic world that owes us nothing. The world is loud, it is unpredictable, and it is not going to slow down for you. But the chaos out there isn't the problem. The problem is that you have built your home on shifting sand. You are reacting to everything, which means you are in control of nothing. 2,000 years ago, the most powerful man on earth, Marcus Aurelius, sat in a tent on the edge of a dark, cold war zone. He was surrounded by plague, betrayal, and death. He didn't have a therapist. He didn't have social media to vent to. He had a journal. And in that journal, he wrote a note to himself that serves as the foundation of what we are talking about today. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Today, we are going to take back that power. We are going to stop reacting and start living. We are going to rebuild the fortress of your mind. Let's talk about the modern disease, the addiction to approval. You post and you wait, you send a text and you watch the dots appear and disappear. You walk into a room and immediately scan faces to see if you belong. When you don't get the reaction you want, when you get ghosted, when you get ignored, when someone criticizes you, you feel a physical pain. You feel rejected. You feel small. But Marcus Aurelius asked a simple question that shatters this anxiety. He asked, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." Think about the absurdity of that. You trust your own eyes, your own taste, your own mind, but the moment someone else disapproves, you abandon your own reality and accept theirs. When someone ignores you or treats you poorly, what has actually happened physically? Nothing. No bone is broken. No property is stolen. The sun is still shining. The air is still filling your lungs. The pain you feel is entirely constructed by your opinion of the event. You are hurt because you expected them to behave differently. You attached your worth to their reaction. But people act according to their nature, not yours. If someone is rude, inconsistent, or cold, that is a reflection of their internal storm, not your value. Stop handing your peace of mind to people who don't even have their own peace of mind. When you seek validation from others, you make yourself their slave. The Stoic does not ask for respect. The Stoic commands respect by respecting themselves enough not to care. But what about the real hits? It's not just about feelings, it's about reality. You fail the test, you lose the job, the bank account hits zero, the relationship you thought was forever ends. When the floor falls out from under you, it is easy to spiral. It is easy to say, "My life is over." This is where we turn to Epictetus. Epictetus was born a slave. He walked with a permanent limp because his leg was broken by a cruel master. If anyone had a right to complain about unfairness, it was him. But he didn't. Instead, he taught us the single most important rule of life, the dichotomy of control. He taught that some things are up to us and some things are not. Your effort, that is up to you.
Your preparation, that is up to you. Your character, that is up to you. The outcome, not up to you. The Stoics viewed life like archery. You can craft the perfect arrow. You can train your eye for years. You can draw the bow with perfect form and release it with perfect timing. But once that arrow leaves the string, it is gone. A gust of wind can blow it off course. The target might move. An animal might jump in the way. If you tie your happiness to hitting the bullseye, to getting the job, to getting the grade, to making the sale, you are a gambler. You are betting your sanity on variables you cannot control. But if you tie your happiness to the process, to the way you shot the arrow, to the excellence of your own effort, then you become invincible. When you lose the job, do not say, "I am a failure." That is a lie. Say, "I have lost a job." That is the external event. Now, how will I respond? That is the only thing you own. The event is just information. Your reaction is the definition of your character. So, how do we apply this? How do we stop the anger, the jealousy, the fear? Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." How many times have you played out a catastrophe in your head that never happened? How many times have you had a screaming argument in the shower with someone who isn't even there? This is the mind eating itself. We torture ourselves with what ifs and how dares. The superpower of the modern world is not speed. It is not hustle. It is the pause. Between the stimulus, the insult, the failure, the bad news, and your response, there is a space, a tiny fraction of a second. In that space lies your freedom. Most people live on autopilot. They get hit, they hit back. They get insulted, they get angry. They skip the space. To be stoic is not to be a stone. It is not to be a robot with no emotion. It is to feel the emotion and then refuse to be enslaved by it. When the world tries to provoke you, it is asking for your submission. It wants you to scream, to cry, to type that angry comment. When you engage, you lose. When you remain silent, when you remain composed, you win. Silence is the ultimate weapon of power. It shows that your internal world is stronger than their external chaos. And if the anxiety still grips you, if the pressure of modern life feels too heavy to bear and the bills are piling up and the social pressure is crushing you, I want you to zoom out. The Stoics had a practice called Memento Mori. It means, remember you will die. This sounds morbid to modern ears. We hide from death. We pretend it isn't happening. But to the Stoics, death was the ultimate clarifier. It was a tool for liberation. Think of the people who lived 100 years ago. They walked the same streets you walked. They worried about their reputation. They stressed about money. They cried over breakups. They lost sleep over what their neighbors thought of them. Where are they now? Where are their worries? Where are their embarrassments? Dust. They are gone, and their anxieties died with them. Your time is limited. You are dying right now. Every second that ticks by is a second you will never get back. Do you really want to spend your precious ticking seconds worrying about what a stranger thinks of your outfit? Do you want to spend your life stressed about a future that hasn't happened yet? Death strips away the nonsense. It clarifies what matters. Use it. Let the trivial things slide off you like water off a duck's back. You are alive now. That is a privilege. Stop wasting it on fear. Philosophy is not a lecture. It is not a book you read once to sound smart at a dinner party. It is a weapon. It is a sword you pick up every single morning to fight the chaos of life. The world will try to break you. It will try to make you soft, reactive, and weak. It will try to sell you the idea that you are a victim of your circumstances. Don't let it. Be the rock that the waves crash against. Let the water churn and foam around you, but stand your ground. Control your mind. Love your fate, whatever it brings. Amor, Fati. Love your fate. If you are going through hell, walk through it with your head up, because you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will be invincible.